Hello YouTube! I'm Fyrie and today we'll be playing Stanley Parable. Today is the anniversary of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. It released 1 year ago today. In chat we have a whole bunch of people. We have Cat and Jam, Minotaur Bard, and Andradia here, I believe. And maybe others, no one else. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. Last time it told me because I set the time, I can enter my favorite time. And I think my favorite time is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a pretty good time. Yeah. I'm being by Stanley what? Sponsored by the narrator. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty decent time of day. It's like just afternoon. No, it's not the correct time. I'm sorry. It's not. You told me the correct time. I didn't put the correct time. Oh, how accurate it is? It's pretty inaccurate. It's like this much inaccurate. Yeah. Because that's about 8 hours. It's like only like 30% correct. Yeah. What settings are you adjusting? Oh, the time settings? Okay, you're learning about me? I'm increasingly concerned about artificial intelligence in this day and age, so, no, don't do that. Please don't. No, you don't. You're gonna have more sliders. Next time we're gonna have more sliders? Oh, okay. Okay, next time it's gonna be new sliders. We might see them at the end of the game. I'm going to try to get through as much content as possible today. The aim of the game is this episode is to finish the game. As much as we can. Oh, and there's, apparently there's more content releasing today for the Stanley Parable.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh. It is?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Oh, an achievement! Welcome back. I think it's for opening the game a second time. Like, yeah. Wait, I wonder. Oh, the door locks behind you. Interesting. You closed
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, that's same. Okay, everything was the same, but I do question, where did the input computer go? Where I need to, like, insert input. Because I feel like that's going to be important for some reason. Yeah, that's what the first ending we're going to do is listening to the narrator. No new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait. Oh no, the blue room's on that side. Okay. Okay, we've done all of
Yet
this.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, we've looked at all these yesterday. Actually, I only exist on Thursdays at... No. I only used the Thursdays at 8:30 EST.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So it was literally just yesterday I saw y'all. For me. So thank you very much for coming to me when I exist. I'm considering existing more, but that's gonna be a later thing. Huh. I'm not Thor. Yet. Wait, what? Wait, why is this... Was this door always locked? No, I went to this door before. This is where the elevator goes nowhere. Why is this door closed? Why is this door closed? Something changed? Something wrong? But that was nothing.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Okay, I'm gonna figure it out.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah, but thankfully the narrator told me, so I'm going to use my trickiness of getting the narrator to tell me.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
And this time, we will go down the scary corridor and not go up and down the elevator like fools. Gay? What? Is he... He's not gay? Is he gay?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I mean...
It was a stirring of
I guess
emotion
any voice in my head is
as though
gay.
He felt more free to think for himself,
yeah.
to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. This reminds me so much of Portal. Like, it's the white paneling, the industrial look, the unfinished portions of Portal 2. Huh. Yellow's a distinct theme of this game, obviously.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, I did? He did? Everything is confirmed. No. I'm not escaping this time. Not yet. I can't read those numbers. Those are really small things. Okay, that's a clearly the exit of here. Does anything exist? Okay, things still exist this way. They're just impossible to see. Okay, cool. Cool. And this is the room we saw earlier.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
That's where we're standing.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Confusing ending.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, I have to go next. Okay. I know one of them's named Pirate, and some of them are fired. Very documents, super papers. Camera? Camera?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427. Oh, they put in a good spot to look at. That's like, they made that spot's perfect, like, like just above eye level. That was a really good design choice. Because, of course, you look for Stanley's 427. And it's very visible. You don't have to like look too far away, and so you can see you can see Stanley's desk on there. But also, it's just slightly up, giving you that little bit sense of you're being looked down upon, even as you are looking at the screen that looks upon you. Yeah, 104 is fired. 601 question mark is fired. Those ones don't have numbers. They're just hallways? Uncertain. Blank. Let's see. Pirate. Yeah. What is pirate? Okay. And why are those up there? Like, what are those? Why are those numbers? Okay. Okay. I can't hit the button again, so we're gonna continue. I'm just like noting things. What's wrong with 234? Why is that screen so bad? Oh, wait. Wait. So something special happened if you like pirate the game and that screen is up? Interesting. Do you think what is this? An elevator?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Oh.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Huh. Okay. This is a good first one to start off with.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
What is this?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Huh. That's... Wow, the narrator... But wait, no, what? Wait, if he dismantles the controls once and for all, that means I lose control of Stanley, which is good, because Stanley gets to be his own person? I think? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh no, this is something. Okay. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. I'm trying to read that part, but mind control system. Mind control system. Time to be found.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yeah. Off. Game, and you're shut down? You can close on me?
Blackness. and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Is it over? I don't know. Just tell me.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
He did?
Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Wait, no.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
How many?
Where had his co-workers gone?
Yeah.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
What do you mean?
What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Who's the narrator?
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Huh.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Huh.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
So the narrator wanted...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
I don't have control.
The feeling
I don't have
of
control.
liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I got the achievement, beat the game. Okay, that's a good ending. I want to see
All
what
of his co-workers
the
were gone.
escape path
What could it
has.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I'm gonna like speed run to the escape route. Oh, awaiting inputs reset. Did the game completely reset? What? Why is awaiting input undone?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's see how quickly I can get there without like any deviations.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We've done the red and blue rooms downstairs. Okay, see, it opens this time. And the elevator where the guy sings. Yeah, I was right! See? Okay, I'm not gonna, I said I'm gonna do it quickly.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
He mentioned rifling to the desk. Huh. Interesting. I didn't listen. He was right, I wasn't listening.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm sorry. I did not know
Although
that.
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh no, I don't want to die, but I've already escaped, so... I guess the narrator was actually
The
looking
door
out.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'll be back here, so I'll do that trial.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
Yeah.
and willingly confront his death.
I am doing that, yes. I don't like this, but, into hell we go! Wait, what? There's more? Okay. What? I thought it was gonna send us back to...
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
How do I...
So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
No, how do I...
Farewell, Stanley.
How do I... There's a path there.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing
Someone
him instantly.
narrated the narrator? Oh. Is the narrator a woman? Okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Okay. What's going on? What is this? Okay, so it's a large room. Like, it lets me walk around a bit, so... There's probably maybe some...
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Huh.
Do you see now?
Oh?
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Huh. Corridor. The pacing of this open station is important to get right. This is like a map of the game dev stuff. Oh, that's cool. This corridor has a mood and alter to make sure the player reaches the two doors in good time. Okay. What about this room? The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. When this room was created, the rest of the game emerged the extension of this, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so this is this is introduction to the first part of the game. Okay, with all the desks. Office layout. The blueprint shows the office beginning of the game. The path from Stanley Office Nucleus was the first part of the game that's built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. The core layout is identical to the first iteration. Stanley's desk, what exists and what doesn't exist, windows. Oh, I love this, like, paper cutouts of the whole thing. And the computers. This is great. The office. 01, 02, 03. Do these appear anywhere else? Are these, like, the actual 01s to 3 those? I think I've seen 6 before. But, I don't think I've seen, like, 1 and 2 and 3. Nature paintings. These are the assets they use. The office desk. I love this. Button sounds. Oh. Each sound is a mixture of a keyboard and synthesized. Oh. That's cool. Office computers. The credits! The credits! We love these people. These are good people. Kevin Brighting. I wonder if there are credits for the other narrator on here. Additional voice work. Probably one of these people. This is so cool. Boss's office. Strange development. Ooh. Ooh, that's so stark. I love it. Oh, the yellow themes. Yeah, the red theming is pretty strong there. Okay, let's go this way.
Pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. So cool.
The lounge. Ooh. And that's really good. Okay. Let's, office clock. Okay. This is so exciting. Freedom ending. The very first incarnation of this game's freedom ending. Oh, the different endings here? 48. Countdown desk? Huh. Interesting. Like, this was Stanley's desk? Interesting. Freedom ending. In beta. Monitor room elevator. Oh! Go up or down with the freedom above and the countdown below. Okay, countdown ending? Oh, the countdown ending must be in the other one. Okay. I'm not gonna... We'll come back to those things. Game design mock-up. Oh, this is the desk's layouts. Oh, that's cool. I'm just like really... Why is it so murky in here? It feels gray. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office. This is a museum. Okay. Oh. Stanley's office got like bigger and more... Well, he lost his computer, but it got bigger as time went on. The lounge. The office. Oh, what's this? The apartment timer? At a previous version of the choice the apartment ending, a timer would give 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending? Huh. I wonder if the cargo lift. The second version is functioning the same sort of phone to give it look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. Makes sense. The cargo lift. I got a really malicious ending the first time, actually. The apartment ending is very malicious. What's this? Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations, 4 versions. The ending... haven't got that ending. The game is now paused. Huh! Only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu? Oh. Okay, I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at Zending yet, because that's not something we've done. Ooh, trailers. That's cool. Okay, this is so cool. It's like, I'm nerding out about game design here a bit, because it's just... The meeting room? Oh! Maintenance layout. Always of hallways following the first 3 doors is important to get right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. One option. Obey, disobey. Lounge, maintenance. One doorway to maintenance and lounge. Okay. Confusion. The confusion and okay, sorry. Okay, obey staircase, disobey lounge. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. What do you mean how you entered? How can you enter? In the lounge and the original back on track option. Okay. Vent. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is ending. Yes, Cammy? What you want? Hey, girl. Wanna curl up? I'm just gonna... Wait, I'm going backwards. Sorry, my cat's... my cat. I love her. Is it this way next? Bless you. Huh. That doesn't look... Okay, you're here. My cat's next to me now. Oh, kitty cat, you're on my lap? Okay, I have a cat on my lap. Daughter of mine, come on. I'm on stream, girl. I love this kitty cat. I love her very much. Yes, Camel Mule, you are loved. And you're gonna be on my lap, and I'm gonna play a game with you on my lap, and yes, I will pet you. I will pet you. Okay. Yes. Yes. My stream's looking at a white screen right now. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Okay. Let me make sure you don't fall. You're slipping if you keep moving like that. Yeah, sit down. Sit down nicely. Good girl. You're very good. You're so good. Okay. So good. Such a good girl. You're the best cat I've ever owned. I say that with entire honesty.
Over the bridge. Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about this? They're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button wishing. Does that sound plausible to you? Stanley pushed the big red button. Stanley pushed...
That's a good room design for narrator, like outtakes. That's a really good room design. Hey girl, hey girl, yeah. Okay, let's go this way. I think there was a door this way, I think? Yeah, there was. I don't know what I'm looking at. Maintenance room. Maintenance room. Photocopier. The office. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In 2018, blah blah, Ultra Deluxe. Screenshots from the... Ooh, fun. Money. Warzone. We're standing up in the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game where it becomes sentient and when we wage war against the narrator. Too jokey on the noise for tone of the game. Making fun of people. Stuck game that no longer exists. Interesting. And I think we've seen, yeah, we've been this way. What's this way? From Cherche Medkovo. Narrator. Well, small sale of Max Ernst is also deadly. How surreal was this game begin? The born of the magnificent. Or did you bargain it with the thing? And with our previous announcement, ongoing promotion, here's the attachment. Congratulations, we first. From James, love the game. Greetings on the put in place. I want to tell you, I like a Stanley Parable, but I like Badger and swim trunks. Did people really these are actual things. How many people dead, strong, bad? How do you type with boxing gloves on? Bad. Narrator emails. After the second trailer sent out, we asked people to email the narrator questions. While we initially planned to use these further promotional materials, there were found use selection of emails. Wow. Okay, we've been there. I think now it's time to go to the exit. I know I've been like spending a lot of time here. I'm just really interested in all the game design.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Uh-huh. What happens if I...
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Uh-huh.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Her voice reminds me of...
But listen to me.
Moria.
You can still save those two.
I
You
can?
can stop the program before they both fail.
Oh.
Push escape and...
Okay, we're quitting the game and we're opening the game again. Maybe he has more sliders for me. Crows, crows, crows. Baby. And slider until the computer is barely visible. Slider until the dog and cat are friends. We love their friends. Number 5 becomes number 9. That's 9. That's also 9. I'm going with Roman numerals because they're pretty good. Please adjust and dry a slider until you stop adjusting the slider. That's gonna be tough. How would I know when I stop adjusting the slider? All the way. Which of these two made-up words is most appealing to you? Chat, which of these two words is most appealing to you? Boinkle, or Scrumtush? I know which one I'm thinking, but I want to hear what y'all have to say. Yeah, I agree. It sounds a lot like octopus. And it gives me octopus vibes. Please don't do a slider. I do know what time it is right now. Is it time in right now? No, it's not. What time is it anyway? Yeah, it is. Is there anything about yourself I haven't told you? Yeah. Help? Yes, of course. Yes, obviously. What? What was that?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley was...
I think I messed up that ending. I'm gonna do the
All of his co-workers
other
were gone.
ending.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I'm gonna speed
When
run
Stanley
it.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Quickly, we're gonna skip through the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley
Should
decided
we,
to go up to his
do the
boss's office.
code
Coming to a
before-
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, okay, good idea. We should listen to his voice here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
You can, like, skip back through the thing for a second.
Descending deeper into the building,
If you
Stanley
wanted to
realized
see
he
if
felt a bit
there's
peculiar.
anything there.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel
Fair
this
enough.
now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, so now we're gonna go there and not turn
Stanley
off
walked straight
free
ahead
will.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, before I do that, I want to try one thing.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Okay, now I want to hear what he says to say when I actually return to the path. See if there's any, like, new dialogue there,
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Well, sort of, kind of, maybe.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
Okay,
did
so
this
where
place
is he?
hold?
Okay, comes up from the
Stanley
void.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, we turn the cameras on.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Oh, the
Each bore the
bounce.
number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yep, freedom meant nothing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yep, 100%. He's being controlled
No.
by me.
He refused to believe it.
And
He
he's
couldn't
gonna
accept
remain under my
it. His
control.
own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes. Yes, he has.
Here was the proof.
And
the
he
heart
will.
of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Yep.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Here we go.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After
did.
they kept you enslaved all these years, you
Yep.
go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that
Yep.
what you wanted? Control?
Control.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
What do you mean?
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
No.
How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Oh, great.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
5.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
4.
You'd like to know where your co-workers
Yeah.
are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to
Yeah,
you.
you will.
I erased them. I turned off
What?
the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
2.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow
Enable
on trees.
backup power.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you.
Oh, I need to
running
press
from
number
button
1?
to button, screen to screen, clicking on
okay.
every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
I think this one's 3.
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Holy heck. Holy heck. Okay, I'm gonna figure the puzzle out later.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I'm gonna figure that puzzle out later.
Mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh, of
Perhaps
course
he had
you
simply
love
missed a memo.
A villain with a voice like that. Of course you do. Okay.
When
now
Stanley
I'm
came
going
to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now I'm gonna do the ending with the museum in it.
Yet there was not a single person
try and get
here
it right
either.
this time?
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
What could it mean?
That kind of anxiety.
That was not a line that was led last time.
So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Yeah, there's different things with the boss's office. Maybe? I'm not sure. I think you're right though, Kat, about that.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Did I miss? I missed. Yeah, there were. But like with this game, it's a good to ask questions for this game because there's so many like little pieces.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
not.
read Mind Control Facility.
He did not, no.
Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent
He can
death.
crouch?
The door behind him was not shut.
Nope.
Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yep.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. It is a very hellish look. Just saying. And this reminds me of the first, the ending of the first trial in Danganronpa.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer
No, the first
and closer
one is
to
the
his
baseball
demise,
one.
he reflected that his life had been of
This
no
is the one with
consequence
the guy
whatsoever. Stanley can't see the
with
bigger
the,
picture. He doesn't know
Oh, not the
whole
first
story,
ending.
trapped
This is the
forever
ending
in his narrow vision
where
of what this world
we,
is.
yeah, that
Perhaps
one.
his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
It's like very reminiscent. I won't miss Danganronpa. I want to play more of that game.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Thank you, narrator.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I thought I could go around it.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Okay, I'm gonna listen.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Yes.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for...
No, I'm choosing for this.
Don't let...
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, I'm going to
Stanley
new
decided to
content
go
now.
to the meeting
I've done a
room.
lot of those
Perhaps he had simply
end
missed a
contents.
memo.
Let's go with some new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
That's kind of funny. Okay, so they shortened the cutscene.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it
going up
one step even
very
further.
fast.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
I mean, they have been asking for it, I'm sure. But that's a fancy computer. Wow. Is it like legitimately branded Apple or not? It was branded Square. Okay. Investor showcase.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Off painting. Okay. Nope. Nope. They're back. 2 doors. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old busted. New hotness. Cool red sector of the chart. More the Stanley Parable. Better the Stanley Parable. Win-win. Sequential mindshare. Paradigm shift synergy. Brick and mortar. What do these worlds mean? The color red. Oh, okay. The theme is red, not yellow. Logo ideas. Wait, that's the firm. That's the fern! I
Now,
got
to
that
be
reference.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them.
Yeah.
It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
That's what I found too. I mean, yeah, when I look into game dev. Huh. Okay. New content bus? Okay. Kind of grimy, but okay. Oh, it's fancy again. That's good.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, new features. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Okay. Don't
For the Stanley
close.
Parable
Okay.
2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
It's gonna say Stanley, isn't it? It's gonna say Stanley. Or name?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience.
Hi
of this
everyone,
feature.
I'm Jim,
Just play
and
along. I promise you'll love it.
we're watching.
Okay,
yeah.
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Hi, I'm Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Yeah, I'm Jim. I'm
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's
I paid
take a
money for
break
this.
from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Wait, you are?
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
I got kind of into it after he was getting annoyed by it. You heard Jim in the...
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
That's such... They changed it! I love that! Oh. Enjoy the new features.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Wait,
yes,
how?
yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah. Okay. That's new. Honestly, it's kind of draining. Free achievement? Free achievement? Infinite hole? Settings world champion? Okay, I want free achievement. Free, new, plus easy achievement this way. I can't believe it's that simple. It just works. I mean, I like achievements. I legitimately like achievements, even if they're free. Achievement. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours or right now. I will.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
It kind of looks kind of jank.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
Oh.
Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
No, you don't. If I can keep clicking it, it's gonna give it to me. Give me achievement! I want achievements! Boo! Oh, that one was so jank. Oh, it was... There are better ways of doing that.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle? Wait.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
I can jump outside the circle. Okay, I will have 17 left. 17 is a good prime number. One more. What happens if I run out of jumps, though? Okay, chat. Should I run out of jumps? Should I try to run out the jumps? Okay. Merge. I'll go here and I'll run out of jumps.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
Yes.
That it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Yeah?
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
Oh, this bucket.
it's a much
Where'd
more
it come from?
convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Lowered. Oh, I thought it was being raised up from the ground.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing
have a
despair,
bucket.
must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Bucket.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Bucket.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Bucket.
All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Bucket. I can leave with the bucket? Okay, legitimately, for my 21st birthday, my uncle got me a...
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Someone would.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
And he got me a bucket with like a whole bunch of like beer and stuff in it. And I don't drink beer. I don't like beer. And honestly, the most excited I was about this was about the bucket, because it was just so... It was like a bucket very similar to this. It was very like industrial looking. I'm like, I just love the aesthetics of this bucket. Like, I know that's a total me thing to say, but like the bucket was my favorite part of that gift basket. Because I tried the Sam Adams thing because I was kind of into Hamilton at the time. I mean, kind of not a bad thing. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed that bucket. I still have the bucket's like in my room, I think. I haven't been in my room for the... Oh, settings. Okay. Controls. Oh, I can't jump, okay. Settings, controls, simplify controls? Huh. Okay, no. Okay. Okay, weird. There's a scroll? Oh, there is a scroll. Thank you. Show reticle? What's a reticle? Oh, that's a little dot on the screen, isn't it? Okay. Actually, don't want the reticle. Unshow reticle. Second person shooter? Plasma rifle? Joe's favorite? Parlay of the game? Windows? What was the Windows? I kind of love that. Okay, let's see. Let's go invert Y. Yeah. Okay, let's change the language to Dutch, French, Italian, Spanish, Russian, Polish, Portuguese, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, English. Subtitles on. Subtitle size. Small, very large. Okay. Normal. Make it at 82. Then that one, rectical size. I love that. Show translation labels. Huh. Small. Yeah, let's go to it like this much. Color labels, content warnings, information, auto walk off, auto walk on, audio.
This.
Okay, I'm gonna get settings world champion somehow. I like how, see, look, I'm not pressing any buttons. He's pressing the buttons for me. Except for the last one. I did all of them! What do you mean my settings are world champion? Oh, that's cool. Please, no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get better someday? Yeah. Wait. Should we wish a birthday to his stepniece? Or should we get well someday? I think get well someday. I think get well someday is the best option here.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on. Come now, you've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Infinite Hole. Infinite Hole's the next one. Bucket. Collectibles? Can you find them? Collect them all?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
This is such a good... Is that what Stanley looks like? But look at this art! Wait, 1 of 6? What do you mean 1 of 6? Is more?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Wait, E is for exit? Oh, that's the exit. Okay. Let's look at the infinite hole. I will turn off these settings after we finish this thing. But did someone look up how to get the settings world champion? Because I kind of want the settings world champion. No! Not the time cube! Not the time cube. Yeah, you... Andre, you saw this? The time cube. It's real. Time infinity. Distant past. Distant space-time. Distant space-time. The time cube is something... Oh. Horrific. It's a philosophy, I think? Okay, so we fall down through the layers. And it just keeps going.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Oh, like Portal. It's not finished yet. They haven't finished digging it out yet. That's my thing. That's my theory.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Is the hole getting smaller or just me? I feel like the hole
Okay,
getting
Stanley,
smaller.
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Yeah.
What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Me.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Am I?
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I'm going to jump down the hole again.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
I mean, who doesn't?
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Wait, did it get shorter?
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me.
I wonder if I stay in the hole he has any more dialogue. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds and like see if anything happens. I mean, there's so much content in this game that you never know, like, if there's gonna be a line for that or just gonna vibe. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about. Okay. And I had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
No.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole.
Yep.
If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. How is this still appealing to you?
Oops.
I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
I missed a little bit of dialogue there, but that's okay.
Is the, teleport button not working?
Jump.
You
Give me a
sure?
jump.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
Let's jump.
Goodbye, Stanley.
No.
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole,
Hey.
and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Jump.
You get to be with the
Jump.
hole. I get to do literally anything else.
Jump.
Take care, Stanley.
Jump. It's
I
a
hope
circle.
you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
It's a circle. I guess the hole really is infinite if you do spend all the rest of your life in the hole. Wait, music? There's noise coming from the game. What's the hole? What's happening? What's going on? The music's really good. Yeah, Kat, thank you for being on my wavelength. F? 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 It's so dramatic. Perception? G. I kinda dig this.
You're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
Oh, this is cool. I like this one.
My head's stronger. Now you're no.
Wait. Oh, this one's so good. Okay, let me turn the reticle off because it's really messing this one up. Hey, the bucket's still with us. Oh, the F. F. Legs. F. G. J. Stanley.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Huh?
Oh, good, you're awake.
No.
It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
I liked it.
Drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley.
What?
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
I was having
so
fun.
How about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of them.
Okay, we're gonna
Stay alert, Stanley.
We're gonna scan
I'll be
through
there.
them.
Toodle-pip.
We're gonna scan through the realities as quickly as we can, because I want to see everything a Stanley can be. Wait, what? Did we get an ending? They just reset us?
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game, but it says you heard Jim. Mostly infinite hole? I want to see the whole room. Where's the whole room? Oh, here it is. Mostly infinite hole. Fine, it ended. Time like infinity. Whole like infinity. This one changed too. Space like infinity. He closed the door for the infinite hole, mostly infinite hole. Holy moly, how deep can we dig? But so unfortunate. Okay, my bucket help me get the achievement. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I did 10 times. If it's gonna be hidden, it's not less than 10. What's this? Somewhere I can go, or just like a dead end? Dead end, okay. Okay, let's see. Collectible. Can you find them all? Oh, it's closed. Okay, I was walking into a wall. Did I miss anything? Jump circle? I did a jump circle already. What's up? Oh, that's the exit. Okay. Let's look. Office decorations in place 3. So 3 is behind me? Oh, where's office above me? Okay, I'm mildly confused. I wish sound was faster. Oh yeah, this one. This one's what we need to do. Okay, we're gonna scroll through everything on everyone. Okay. Like, this would be enough, right? Like, I don't have to do each permutation and combination, do I? No freaking way. No way. Is that really what they want? Like, I have to do everything on setting 73 FOV and then do everything. Okay, I'm not doing it on stream. I'm not saying I'm not doing it off stream, but I'm not doing it on stream. Oh, hello. Wait, don't you have your combination? Then what do I have to, then how do I open the door? Oh, I just have to go through. So, like, I can't... So, is this acceptable for field of view? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, it's, like, vaguely reasonable. Also, look in the chat. I've done this one already. Okay, so it's Kefel, right? That's how I say it. Kefel, Kefel. Not clicking those buttons.
Story of a man.
Okay. That one, sure. I don't know this thing was at the beginning. It is. It is very good. Hi. Oh, I forgot. Okay. We'll deal with that. I'm a little bit lost. Wait, if I go up this way? This way, yeah. On the second last audio slider? It does. I entirely agree. What do you mean? I did all the things, didn't I? Oh. What did I miss? Okay, shutup's on. Size, check. Subtitle, background opacity, check. Oh, I got an achievement at Settings World Champion. I got an achievement for that. But, excuse me, I got the achievement. But, I got the achievement. It's not like we achieve it. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, we did it. Thank you.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done.
Thank you.
You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting.
You are?
Something called bumpscosity.
Uh-huh.
What exactly is bumpscosity?
Yeah, I'm really wondering that.
I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out
Please
later.
add to my settings menu, please.
I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity
Please add
in
it
the
to my-
Stanley Parable 2.
I wonder if the entrance person will have a bumpscosity slider. Yeah, of course I'll have max bumpscosity. Just don't know where it is. Wait, so where is this, like, trigger warning mode that you said there was? Was it? It's in general, right? Oh, bumpscosity. It starts at, okay, so, no, starting at 100 was a, okay, cool. There's bumpscosity. I know, it's not just deluxe, it's ultra deluxe. Deluxe? Okay. High quality. Okay, I'm not being blind, I'm trying to think. Accessibility. Okay. Content warnings. Oh, I did that if it's on because I turned everything on. Let's see. Other labels. Yeah, okay, that's good. I did it! Champion, setting all things possible. Please enjoy this room. This is my room. It's made just for me. Aw, they made me a room. Congratulations, setting the world champion. Okay, I kind of want to turn that one off. Which one's that one? That one's in video? No, general. Presentation. Show accessibility translation labels. Oh, this one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little better. It was... Okay. Thank you. Thank you for, like, suggestions. Like, really helpful. And... Okay, I think I've got into every room. Let me double check. Rude circle. Okay, let's see. Jump circle, yes. 5, this map, yes. Free achievement, yeah, right. I was trying for that one. The button that says gym, yep. Z is merch. We looked at merch. I don't think he said anything about merch, but I looked at it. Settings world champion, did that one. B2, oh, it got that one. Office decorations. How do I get to office decorations? What's K? Okay, I want to get office decorations. Okay. So it's on the way to the infinite hole. Office decorations should be here. Oh, is this office decorations? This is office decorations. Oh, okay, I've done this one already. Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece. Where was I doing? Oh, hey, Cammy. Okay, gonna go eat something. I don't know where she's going. She's like got up from when she was curled up and just walked away. For those who don't know, Cammy's my cat. What's this? Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. Ah! Red is the new orange. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I don't like how messy, how colorful things are. I like that. This is a good painting. I like this painting. It's a nice painting. Where am I going? What am I doing? I'm going to the exit. Yeah. I am a very aimful person. I have aims and I fulfill them. I do things. X. I don't know what that's supposed to represent.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah, I have.
Ready to move on now?
Yeah. Can't. I know you'd love a streamer that does things. That's... Can I... I miss Stray. I want to knock this one into the void. What's this? What's this circle?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. Bucket. Hole.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
Jump
sort of...
circle.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Gym.
Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
You didn't have operating theaters in your college, guys?
Who am I kidding, Stanley?
I
This
want the
isn't a
collectible.
coherent
I
video
want the
game at all. It's a
collectible.
lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all
want
the
the
magic of the
collectible.
first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh? Oh? It's very red. Like, I love the color red, don't get me wrong. But it is very red. It gives a completely different vibe. From the... But, like, oh, the colors. The music's got really nice. Aw. It reminds me of... It reminds me of a, what is the word? Like, you know, in movies where they have abandoned bunkers or after everything has gone wrong and just the red light is just constantly, the emergency red light is going? That's what I'm getting from this. Like, this is like after things have gone wrong, but the sirens stopped wailing and the power has gone out. But since the red lights use less power, the ceiling is twisting in weird ways. I love it, but I hate it. It's great. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's great. It makes me feel things. And honestly, that is what you need to ask of a game. Like, you should be... I mean, like, these kinds of games should make you feel. And... Into the void. And we start again? I'm assuming we're starting again. It looks different, kinda. I wonder what happens if I hit credits in this form. Okay, no, nothing. Okay. Play-Doh. Play-Doh? What do you mean Play-Doh, cat? What is that? What do you mean Play-Doh? Oh, okay. Settings. Oh, it's very red. I love how red this is. I at least like making Stanley press the keys. Okay, this one actually quits the desktop. Okay, good to know. Now let's see if the guy in the beginning, whatever they are, has anything else to say, like sliders. Listen. Yes. Oh, you're right. Good idea. I think I learned how to do that. Let me... Okay, where did I put my number dashboard? I know I had it up here somewhere. Oh, maybe it's, I just need to open a new tab for it. Here it is. Fyrie. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to unmute it, because then that'd be echo, which is not great. Creator dashboard, I think? And then it's... Community, not community, it's stream manager, that's the one. Okay, and edit stream info, and category is Stanley Parable space 2. Enter. Done. I don't think it actually changed. Oh, it might have actually changed. Okay. I I know. Hey, it's Stanley Parable 2. We're doing this. We're doing this properly. Does anyone really, truly know? I mean, time... The concept of the clock is a made-up type thing. But I guess you can have a good idea of what human time is. Are you feeling nihilistic? Is this okay? I mean... Like, nobody knows anything. That's true in a sense, but that means everyone knows at least some things. Do you need a hug? I will give you a hug if you need a hug. Yes, we are like strangers, but I will care for you. Like, you're still someone. Sure, you're just a little... Who has... I mean, most people haven't. Kat, you've not adjusted the game specifications to the game settings, my exact specifications. You haven't done that. So, I'm just saying, they're doing better than you are. No, you haven't. What do you mean you have? So what do I do? Like a day job? What do you mean? What do you mean, WYMMMM? I wasn't... Like, okay, come on, let's be real here. If you had the chance, you would make my settings just a little bit off, so that when I did things, I'd be like, why is everything weird? Just to like mess with... You wouldn't try to mess with me. You wouldn't try to mess with me, Cat. Cat and Jam spreading lies in chat. The job's over? What do you mean job's over? No, you didn't. I don't want you to pick my data, but I want you to talk with... I don't know who what do you... I would like to know you. And neither of us know the time. Unsettable. This is kind of deep. Honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. Listen. They need family. And Magnificus sucks as a person. Wait, what? No, don't go. No, they were not meant to be played alone. They were meant to be shared with everyone and like build a community around it. And well, hi little sparks. I mean, I value my alone time, but I love the people I've made connections with, because what is humanity if not connections? It's not just being human, it's about being together. You didn't learn that. I want to be your friend. You don't have to. What setting is that? What setting are you adjusting? Where are you going? Is it this one? I like 76. 76 is a good number. Is it bumscosity? Is it bumscosity? Where's the other setting? What setting? Okay. We're gonna continue. I'm really interested.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
No way. Okay. Oh, no freaking way.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is that right? Is there always just a pencil sharpener there? That feels wrong. That feels wrong. There shouldn't be a computer there, right? Why is... Weird.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Bucket! I got the bucket, I got the bucket. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say, Cat and Jam. I'm switching back to looking at the OBS because I can like see your chats easier there, honestly. Okay, there's no new content anymore.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, we're disobeying.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Uh-huh.
And here it was. Had
Oh,
the
they don't
bucket
have
turned
the
out to be
sequel?
correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yep.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
So true. And then the second line begins right about now.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand
Oh,
adventure.
they do more lines.
Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Yeah.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home.
This
Here in the
more
employee
bucket
lounge.
dialogue.
Perhaps it's the only
You're
place
right.
a bucket could
We're
even
going
feel
to
at home.
going that way then. Thank you, Cat. That's a great idea.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
I love the dialogue in this game. Okay, I'm gonna give it like a minute or two more, and then I'll go. I'm spinning around too much. Sorry, I just like walking. Like, even at work when I'm thinking through things, I just pace. And Radia pulled that to me last time when I first like went to it, like enjoyed it as like my favorite. I was like, oh okay, I'll see how it goes. And then the narrator said the thing, and I'm like, wait, and Radia got me good. Okay.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
We did do that.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
The confusion ending. It's just so tempting. Okay, I never tried it before. I get viewer out of viewers. Y'all are awesome, by the way. Just
Still
like,
no one was here. Stanley
Still.
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
402, 405. Bucket! Wait, what?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order
This
to
is so
get you
good.
to hand over the
This is
bucket?
so good.
Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply
that you and the bucket are not truly deep and
What?
lasting friends?
Excuse me?
That your relationship is purely superficial and
Excuse
convenient?
me?
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley.
Maybe.
Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning
okay,
comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
I mean,
Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years.
Excuse me?
Let him have it.
I mean, it's only been like... I've only had a bucket for 2 years.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
Excuse me.
Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Excuse me.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a
This is
bucket.
so good.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
This is like so good. Like it's 100. This is amazing. This is like a.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
This is absolutely amazing. Kat, you get a point. I'm giving you a point for this. I don't know what these points are, but you get a point. Yeah, you get a point. This is also encourages competition. Now Cat and Jam's winning with a whole singular point. Also, Ketful, you get a retroactive point for helping me get the achievement. You're tied, Cat and Jam. And Radia, just for spiting your intentions, I'm also giving you a point. It's a 3-way tie. We'll see. If this comes back next stream, then it continues. And I'm sure that it's not gonna I mean, I don't have a point, so you're beating me. No one gives me any points. I never get points.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
The point
office.
system gets a point too. I want to have the bucket comfort me in the ending that's really stressful. The bucket in the elevator? Why is it locked this time? Like, it wasn't locked. I don't understand.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire,
different.
if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Oh wait, that makes
Even
sense.
now,
Bucket.
in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it.
So
The two of them were inseparable.
you're
At
taking
this
the bucket
point,
away.
Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad
Okay, you're
was
gonna tell me.
2845.
Okay. Yeah, the bucket is truly one of the best things ever. Wait. We're gonna do the not pressing the key.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless,
Ooh.
since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Is it just different? Is it just me, or is like the recording of the section that was recording the original game distinctly
2845.
different from the one narrator that's been with us, the bucket? It's got a distinctively deeper tone in this older recording.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley
Okay.
got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Come on, when has the narrator not been sassy? The narrator is like the sassiest being in existence. Oh, should we get the stage ending with a bucket? Should we put the bucket on the famous stage?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all
Yeah,
Stanley
that
could
makes
do
sense.
to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay, what do you think? Should we get the countdown ending, or should we try the countdown ending, or for the famous ending with the bucket? The elevator ending, rather. Anyone have any thoughts? Any ideas? Let's go back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3.
Number
I want to
3?
go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
I want to press
The bucket said
number
nothing.
3. I want to press number 3. No, I only gave out points for the induction of the point system. The points gonna be a lot more rarer these days. Like, that was a primer. Now, from now
Here
on,
we are, said
points
Stanley.
are
Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
pay to
He took the
win.
bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
We are number 3.
Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
No, we're not bucking divorcing. We're not bucking divorcing. I swear. I'll do it 3 more times. Okay, 2 more times. 1 more time. Okay. Elevator. If I'm gonna press 3 again when I come back up, it's gonna be a thing.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy
Yeah.
Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Yeah. Is it gonna be a bucket divorce? This is the bucket divorce arc.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket
and the bucket said nothing.
This is legitimately like emotional. It's like an emotional carrying here. Emotional. There's emotions here. I don't know how to process those.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind.
Emotional weight.
Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
I'm so dejected. I'm very dejected. I'm looking at the floor right now.
Stanley and the bucket
dejected.
were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's?
You don't have to...
The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
I mean, you don't always have to, like, understand everything that your partner enjoys. As long as you support them, you gotta be there for them. And, like, you're right. It could be it.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it.
Okay.
Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Okay, here we go.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Why was it the Minecraft door noise? That was like the Minecraft door noise, right? I swear I heard that. 3. Was it always 3s?
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3, the magic number. Yes, it is. A shockingly 3-dimensional character. 3-star magazine. 3 stars. Oh, that's good. That's good. Here we go.
There was no one here.
What?
Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit.
This is the divorce
ending.
ending.
Silence that consumed the space between friends. Stanley having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of
Holy
loneliness.
heck. Holy heck. Wow.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Okay. So...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the countdown ending now. Or just want to try to get the countdown ending. Oh, yeah, those are good stickers. I need to get stickers for my chat, and I've like...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, we did do that. When did we go to the bathroom? A collectible!
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I don't need rewards. I like collecting things. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. The boss has suffered losses. Then that's what the bosses chose. Wait. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Fair enough. I should go to the bathroom more often here. I mean, out in game. I think that point was different from what was last time. Oh, it's unlocked. It's not always unlocked. Okay, anything new here? Bucket elevator. This time we're not getting divorced. I love the narrator just singing along. It's kind of great. Is that a spinning mustache? That is a spinning mustache.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, going to check countdown ending now. Okay. There was a collectible where?
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. Bucket said nothing.
Okay, Andrea, where did you see the collectible? Hendradia?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
Okay, we'll come
He
back
took
here
the bucket
next
over
run.
to the keypad
Maybe
and began
we're in a
absolutely
different...
slamming on the number 3 over and over
Here.
and over.
Okay, we will come back and look at it next time. Because I'm probably going to fail this.
Perhaps the... After taking some time to show the bucket around the boss's office, Stanley at last went to the keypad, where he began eager...
Okay.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the
No.
number 3 for the bucket again? Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I kind of want to see what the dialogue changes. I'm not going to do the
Although
ending.
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Okay, and where's
The
my
door
kid?
behind them was not shut.
Them.
Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I love how many, like, options for the thing there are. Okay, let's see if we can get the
But
countdown
of
ending
course,
working.
Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
Oh, let's see how this ending changes. Bucket, are you with me? Your bucket, you're still with me. Good.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Wait, they really rewrote all the lines to be with the bucket. Like, this is frankly amazing.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Okay, these words are going to be important.
Was
Okay,
the
never
bucket
mind.
under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Yeah.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Good question.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
You don't have to call it feeble.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He
Into
couldn't
the
accept
bucket.
it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy
thank
comment
you.
about taking
Oh, I need to
down
really
the
update
system.
my GIF for that. I forgot I have the GIF just being the default zombie. I also need to get like a good sound for it too. It's very default right now. I don't get enough. I need more followers. Okay. See you, Keffel. I'll see you. I hope you come back next time, which is usually at 8:30 on Thursdays, but EST. But next week we're off, so I'm going on a trip. I might do a stream on Tuesday. No promises, just theoretical. I've been thinking about it. But thank you for joining. I'll see you next time. I hope. I was waving. I always wave.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible
I don't
place
like
and to
doing this.
everything it stood for.
This is the wrong ending. But this is like just like
But
playing
at the
genocide
last second,
routes.
the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
What?
Birds. Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
They're bird buttons?
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
No, I want to look at birds. Okay, I don't think we're finishing this game today. Hey.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna grab the bucket this time. Hey, Keppel, you're back? Wait, the bucket doesn't exist! The bucket's in the Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room? Well, oh, there's the bucket. No bucket. Yeah, no bucket. I'm gonna have one round without the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think we'll end today's stream with a bucket through the confusion ending. I think that's a really good place for the bucket. It's telling me where they are? Trust the completionist instinct? I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This was, in this investigation, this room, they feel pointless. Weird spinning figurines. Artist rendering. Employee 003, I'm guessing? Idea, what do they want? Our data. Stock options. Money. Should we make them employees? Maybe? Interns. Yes. That just feels like an Andredia vibes. I don't know why. I just got Andredia energy from that. Why do they look why do they kinda look like 427? Why voting magic dreams are quarterly success? Just like this energy, should we make them employees? Maybe? Interns? Yes. I don't know why. I don't know why. Trading exercise by management. Can we sell them? Obviously, more money to sell to get if sold together. How many are there? 7? Negative 151? 6? Bonus stuff, what we forgot, what we know, what we don't know yet. NDA contracts, potential liability. Employee 421 building a bridge. Cargo room. Okay, is one in the cargo room. Okay. That's the bathroom one. I got the bathroom one. Booming concern. I mean, we got some unusual sounds. Pick up sounds unusual to our regular office. Actually, I need this in the officey voice. To whom it may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual to our regular office ambiances or local audio sources using array of cardioid microphones, also known as directional mic, a microphone which picks up some sound from a particular area. Analysis of recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Data shows that in all likelihood it's coming from a dark area behind a very warm place. I also picked up what looked like a reverberance off of a porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Okay. A dark area behind a very warm place? I don't got that one. I don't know where the warm place is. Good luck. How can we find them all? Bottom text. What do we know? Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Good question. Follow clues implied by 416. We can do it. Red room? Oh, a red room. Like the red door? Please do not leave the office without bringing your findings. Help! I'm a post-it. Teamwork and communication is very important. Blah, blah, blah. Wait, that's just a picture of... Okay. There will be a reward to find them all? Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be cleaning on this wall required. Who are you? 666 lol. Lies. Looks like 427. 5 there be. Just take it from me. Oh? Inside of a sequel exhibit, a private but smelly place. Nearby a fireplace. Oh, that's the one that Andrea saw. Somewhere about red and blue. I knew that one. Stairs. Eesh. Oh, cargo room. Okay. Cargo room and... We're on track for red and blue and or fireplace. Some kind of game must be a point. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor? Chris died? We need more planks. Okay, beware the false prophet. Okay, we're gonna get Andrea's one next.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded that Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I forgot about this part. The bucket makes you skip it. Which is kind of nice, but bucket you can't get the countdown ending with it, so yeah. I kind of want to go
Feeling
for the freedom
soothed
ending.
and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, yeah, it's just right here. I just missed it.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Mini stands?
Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Okay, time for the countdown ending. I do need to get freedom with a bucket. Okay, I'll get... Before the end of the stream, I'll get freedom with a bucket and confusion with a bucket.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Okay,
Did he have the
This
strength
time, we're
to
gonna
find
figure out
out?
the puzzle. The puzzle's so interesting. Oh. Clicky.
Now the monitors
Oh, I forgot
jumped
to
to
advertise
life,
for Tumblr.
their
Oops.
true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay, it's nothing to do with this room, I don't think.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Okay, let's do this thing.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
And then a blue.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
No?
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Huh?
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have
Enable
left to
backup
struggle.
power.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
That's actually very stressful. Huh. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go to the cargo room with the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. How do we get back up? Where's Chris's body? This is very unstable.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Now what? At least I can't jump on these boards. But, can I make this?
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
That's... Okay, now the red
The
doors.
bumpscosity in here is really getting up there, isn't it?
Bumpscosity?
No matter, the story must carry on no matter how much or how little bumpscosity there is.
Okay. Wow. That's very red. Wait, that was only if you...
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Aww.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Something to do with stairs. Okay. So maybe that...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, here we go. Someplace red next to someplace warm.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler anarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Yay!
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all.
Yep.
You can't go back to when you had no Figler anarines. None of us can.
Yep. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm the kind of person who collected, like, nearly every
But Stanley just
strawberry.
couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
Wait,
this is all
says
terribly
property
wrong.
of Stanley.
Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket? And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Is the bucket going to be involved in this?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem
He didn't have
was.
his bucket.
This man had no bucket.
Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She flipped all the way to... Okay. Time for doors.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Okay.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Oh, what about the apartment ending
said
with
the
the
bucket.
bucket?
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
No.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Unthinkingly, huh?
No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
What?
Stanley, how could you
Oh.
think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
Yeah, it did
Unless-
say that.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it.
sign was always
This
there.
misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay, chat.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need
You're
to
gonna have
know
to help me out
about what
here.
is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Is
Item
this a
1.
bucket?
Is this a bucket?
Chat. What do we think? Bucket or not bucket? It's a tough one. Yeah. Very tricksy. Yes? Andrea says yes. We're going for yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an
Andrea, you betrayed me!
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Cat, it's up to you now. You're not losing a point for that, Andrea. I'm sorry, you still have your point. Not a bucket.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay, Cat, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Item 3.
Andrea, do
Is
you want
this
to
a
redeem
bucket?
yourself? You think it's a bucket? Is that your final answer, Andrea? Choose carefully.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Okay. You're right. It is a bucket. Okay, my turn.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Crud, they gave me a hard one. Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Is it gonna be a tractor again? It's gonna be a tractor. I knew it!
Is this a bucket?
Okay, chat. Anyway, is this free for all? We know the last one was not a bucket. So this one probably is a bucket. Yeah.
Correct. This is a bucket.
I don't know.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes. Yes.
Trick question. Both.
Both. It's both.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Okay, I can't leave this platform.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
Everything?
Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yeah, all is bucket. All is bucket.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I
Yes.
a bucket?
Yes. Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the
sorry.
bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Narrator
Wait,
is jealous,
was
so he's
everything a bucket?
breaking us up.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
Not buckets?
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person?
I know, right?
All right, here we go.
Okay, so
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it.
What?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What? Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what the heck? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like being... that paranoia. I need the bucket. I legitimately need the bucket for this.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. off on another thrilling adventure together.
That's like extreme levels of paranoia. You can't do that to me, narrator.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, we're going to go for the apartment ending.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was
He
wrong.
sounds so dejected at this
Stanley
line.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question
Yeah,
why
I
or
can see
how this
that.
bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I want to get a loving relationship. Because this time you can't say
In
I...
here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
It's not that dark. That room's not dark. Oh, this one. This room is dark.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's bright. That's really bright.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Oh.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Button. Oh, there's a timer. Press I to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press U to take me back home. Yeah, okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
R.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley!
Oh, the doors are getting
Can you hear me?
closed,
Listen
sir.
to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press B for us to go back home. The bucket really is talking.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened
Trusted is a
to.
strong
Now all
word.
he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Jazz music. Do you like jazz? Press R to ignore anyone in your life except me. Oh wow, that's a big one.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
I don't like this.
From now on,
Don't be
he's just
sad.
going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Maybe I'd like you more if you were shiny. You believe I'm real, don't you? Press I to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier.
Darker.
More capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press G to live the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press P to go home, to work, to home, to work. I'm distracted.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
This is Narrator X Bucket arc?
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
What is that? Excuse me?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm a little bit concerned.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Did you say person walking past? Like, 1 second. I'm gonna go look at my stream and like scrub back a couple seconds because what? Excuse me? Like, excuse me? Okay, let me mute this tab, make sure everything's muted. And clip. Yeah. Okay. And wait for it to load. Okay, we can go back. Like, okay, go back to work, Stanley. Okay, yeah. I'm watching this. Okay, I'm watching it from when the bucket sent me back to work. Okay. I turn my bump viscosity up. Yeah. All of his coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Okay. Yeah, wow, there was a person in that room. What the heck? Holy heck. Yeah, there was like the briefest of glimpses. Wait, let me I'm actually gonna clip this. Wait, can I clip from the clip that? No, I don't want to clip that. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna clip it from here. right about here. Yeah. No, wait, a little bit back. Yeah, this is where the clip is. Guy in... Oh, caps lock. Guy in a window. Okay, I published a clip. I'm publishing a clip right now. It's 13%, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. And I'm going to copy the clipboard and then post it in stream chat. Yeah, okay. So y'all can see that clip, right? Y'all can like access that clip. Menace? The clip is tagged miniature auspicious human unsane. Wow, that's a rather appropriate clip. Just saying. Thank you, Andrea. I legitimately did not spot that.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply,
It does.
madly.
It really does.
Love. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
He did not do that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Zero.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
That's a bad ending.
Why? I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly.
Stiggly
Savor
Wiggly.
this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements,
Yeah.
you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yep.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
Okay.
So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
Yay.
And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Cool. You got things. I kind of want to see the meeting room now. I'm not... I did promise to go back to the red door. I'm not ready for that.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm not ready to be...
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm sorry.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see?
Oh, this ending.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Better,
help me here, Stanley.
way
Help
better
elucidate
this
these
than the red
strange
door.
and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Huh. Cool. No.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
Huh.
Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Critical.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that?
I didn't enjoy it.
But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
Wait,
and to be
new?
perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park.
Oh,
with
there's
this
more?
one. Let's take a look.
New content? Two seconds? How long till you get to the correct door? Error. Friends, this is empty. Yeah, but it's not in that other room.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I would say I got 2. I give it a 3.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Oh.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
Yeah.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
The noise
Because
is
if it's
bad.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Oh yeah, this part. I forgot how long this segment was.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I forgot. I forgot this ending was like this much.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity.
We can't
so
do it with
far,
the bucket,
I love
though.
everything about this game, Stanley.
We can't
and
get
it seems
here
there's
with the
even
bucket,
more.
can we?
Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Because this was beyond the bucket, no buckets allowed door. Like, yeah. This is the red and blue doors are behind the no buckets allowed door. So yeah. So I have to leave the bucket behind to get here.
Oh no. No, 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 it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. I really wandered off into that thing.
Weird.
That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
find another game.
Rocket
Preferably
League.
something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Okay.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
Okay, I'm gonna score a team
Stanley,
for the
if you
orange.
manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
You're prepared to be impressed.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what
Oh, the
fun.
dialogue in this
We shall
game is
run
so
the bases
good.
and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Sorry. Nope. I'm gonna score a goal.
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help
Wait,
you.
what's...
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know
This
that.
is new. I don't remember this. This is entirely new to me. I don't like this. It's very creepy. Oh, okay, this is the two doors? Okay, this is the way to Stanley's desk, theoretically? I don't like that. That's very creepy. Yeah. That's a potential possibility. 427. I don't like this. I don't like this, guys. Like, I don't like this at all.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
It's such a
The end
villain
will be
line.
here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Huh. That didn't... Did that used to automatically close? Yo, 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 yo. Y'all, y'all. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's a fake. That's a fake. This is still the same ending, I think.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Oh, wait.
Those figlets. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Oh.
Just one more time.
Okay. Yeah. I'd love to. But didn't we end up in a bad place last time with the skip button and everything we went here? Now we're remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Oh, okay. Zone, sweet zone. Are things missing? Good times. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Let's begin again. The original remake. Oh, we're going... Was the basement here before? Oh.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
There's another one. That's 7, isn't it? Can I collect? The art is the same. What's this way? The bathroom. Ooh, okay. Wait, I can't go back there? Okay.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It was the boss's office. We went for... This was Andromeda's one. I mean, Andradea's one. Sorry, I got confused a bit.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, behind the boss's office. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
So true.
Let's see, what came next?
That's not right. What's this?
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
This is so disconcerting. I like the music though.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh, this is so adorable. It's like narrator's first like edited video. This brings me back. I remember making videos like this in high school. Well, not exactly. I thought it was gonna be better, but I had ideas.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything
8
else.
minutes? What was that noise? Okay, I can't go any further. Oh. And I can't go this way, and this is mildly freaky.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Okay, and I go to the same place. I'll go to the red door. Like I promised. You are in the present? Oh. It's a memory of the present. Okay.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
I missed one.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. I can deal with that. I'll come out of the blue door? Yeah.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
He's really into the figurines. Now, the fig room's not going to be a thing
And
this time.
here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Oh, you can make a video on the vid?
Yes, I love that video.
Okay, the fig room still exists.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Very pink. I like it.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Wait. We're going this way. We can't go this way. Oh, okay. Okay. I got outsmarted. Or did I outsmart them because I did something they didn't want me to do? That's a freaky noise.
This was our second Fyrie. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Okay. You're just kind of scaring me, dude.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh, we're back. Wait. It's different. The jump circle? Does it still charges?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything.
More
In
jumps.
fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond
More
of it
jumps.
now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
More jumps. No more jumps? They don't give me more jumps. A travesty. A tragedy, even.
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic
Literally
memory,
no
this
one.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Yes.
There's something I feel I can remember.
The
I
intro.
can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different.
Oh.
I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with.
This is so interesting.
You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, I think this stream is getting a little long, so we're gonna do one more ending. It's gonna be a bucket ending, I think. Either freedom or confusion. Or if he lets me. Yes, but also freedom is a pretty good ending too, and it's also a pretty satisfying ending.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started.
Okay, never mind.
And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Never mind, we are not doing any endings that we want. We are going to be put on an ending. I think. I'm not sure. We'll grab the bucket.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Okay, I think confusion's a good option.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Bucket, 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 bucket.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
Oh.
I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What? Huh?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
Yeah?
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Bucket.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure
Yes.
Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Adventure.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows
Raw
where
as
it'll
it's
go off to
mapped
next?
to.
Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Music. Adventure Line. Oh, this is a confusion ending. Okay, go.
Now this is what the
Wait, where
Stanley
did it
Parable
go?
is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Oh, here we
Also,
go.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. Don't you dare ask me to put the bucket away.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley
No.
Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality
No.
that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
No.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
This is not confusion, this is just sadness.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you
Yeah.
see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
I'm not giving up the bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation.
I'm a little
You had
bit
so
sorry.
much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you.
We were?
Tell such spellbinding stories
How?
about you. All of it squandered
I feel
now.
a little bad, but
Goodbye.
you're
new
trying to make me
friend.
kill someone.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
It's like trying to get... It's like the companion cube in Portal. This game reminds me a lot of Portal, I'm just saying. There's a lot of Portal, like, energy. Like a sarcastic narrator and then getting attached to inanimate objects, and then being forced to try to destroy those inanimate objects, and guilt tripping, and paths, and a slightly disconcerting building, and you know, there's a lot of parallels to Portal here. But we have been running long, my friends, and it is time for us to call it. I will maybe do another stream sometime in the middle of... I'm considering doing another stream Tuesday this week, but I will not be here for the next Thursday stream, unfortunately. But on that note, thank you for watching, my little embers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, ring bells, I think. And thank you so much for watching me, my little embers, and I will see you next time. Bye!